Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube.
Shoot, my mom promised to open this up for me.
It's okay, I got
brand new. Easy, it's brand.
Ta-da.
All right, ready?
I'm making sure it wouldn't spill.
You want to set that over to the side?
The time is 10 a.m.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. You want to start the intro?
Since I'm feeling all better now, yeah. All right. Thank you for tuning in to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. My name is Madison, and I'm here with my good friend Savannah.
Hello.
We invite you to listen to our broadcast both live and on demand. Our live sessions are available on the Blind Community Thrift Store YouTube channel Monday through Friday between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. each week. Additionally, you can access on-demand content through the Audio Reader Network, which offers a wide range of audio materials for the visually impaired community. To explore more content for the visually impaired community. To explore content from the Audio Reader Network, please visit www.reader.ku.edu. This site provides details about accessing content via Amazon Alexa, Audio Reader, Network mobile app, and information on receiving a radio to listen to the broadcast by KSMU Radio. All broadcasts are played over KSMU's subcarrier airwaves at 67 kilohertz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for more information on receiving a pre-programmed radio.
All right. And to start us off, I'm going to read about some local activities going on for the rest of the week. On Thursday, January 15th, which is today, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m., the Band Book Club is going to meet with the Band This Book. This is for adults. It's going to be at Mother's Brewing Company at 215 South Grant Avenue, and they're going to have a book discussion. They're going to read books that have recently been in the news for being banned or challenged. They'll discuss the books, the reasons it was banned or challenged, and ideas surrounding intellectual freedom. On Friday, January 16th, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., the Silver Screen Surfers, People Will Talk, rated TV PG. This will be at the Ash Grove Branch Library, Community Room 25, for adults. Step back in time with classic films that bring the magic of the silver screen to life. On Saturday, January 17th, from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. is the Fix-It Fair at Midtown Carnegie Branch Library, Makerspace. This is for adults. Get your fixable item repaired by volunteers at the library's Fix-It Fair. Oh, that's awesome. And on Saturday, January 17th, from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Library Center, Hatch Auditorium, room 500, is going to be Geezer in Concert. This is for adults. Dance and sing the night away with Geezer in the Library Center's new Hatch Auditorium. Tickets required. They were started to be available on Saturday, January 3rd. Pick up your free tickets at the Library Center. All right, Madison.
All right, thank you, Savannah. Speaking of activities, today is National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. That's right. Today for ice cream, the strawberry,
It's okay.
sorry. Today is National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. Strawberry is the flavor of the day, as it is one of the most popular flavors of ice cream after vanilla and chocolate. In fact, it is found in Neapolitan ice cream along with those other two flavors. Besides plain strawberry ice cream, other variations include strawberry cheesecake ice cream and strawberry ripple ice cream, which is vanilla ice cream with a ribbon of strawberry syrup or jam. It is unknown when strawberry ice cream was first created, but Dolly Madison, hey, that's my name, served it in 1813 as at her husband's second, what's that word? Inaugural celebration. Ice cream is made with ingredients such as eggs, cream, vanilla, milk, and sugar. The forerunners of ice cream were flavored snow and ice. Marco Polo later brought a recipe that resembled sherbet back to Italy, which developed into ice cream there sometime during the 16th century. In England and France, royalty were the first to eat food similar to ice cream. Cream ice was eaten by Charles I of England in the 17th century, and Catherine de Medici of Italy introduced a similar frozen treat to France in the mid-16th century after she married French King Henry II. The general public began eating ice cream around 1660. The first record of ice cream in what would become America dates to 1744, and the first advertisement for ice cream in the country dates to 1777. George Washington enjoyed ice cream, and a record for a merchant shows he spent $200 on ice cream during the summer of 1790. Wow, $200 for ice cream, dang. Ice cream pots were also later found at the Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon. Ice cream continued to be a treat of the elite around 1800, when changes in technology helped expand ice cream popularity and production. Changes such as vehicles had changes such as the invention of steam power, mechanical refrigeration, the
Homogenizer.
Motors and electric power, and motorized delivery vehicles all had an impact on ice cream production and consumption. In 1874, the ice cream soda was invented, followed shortly thereafter by the invention of the ice cream sundae. Both acted as catalysts for the rise of ice cream parlors and soda fountains. They started to disappear with the
Proliferation
of prepackaged ice cream in the mid-20th century, but ice cream-centered shops are now resurgent in the 21st century.
All right.
And that's it for that article.
All right. From the Springfield News-Leader, Free Block Kids contest will bring Lego-style build-off to MSU. This is written by Janice Reeser. The National Association of Women in Construction is hosting the annual Block Kids contest in Springfield this weekend. The event is scheduled from 10 a.m. January 17th at Missouri State University's Kemper Hall, 921 South John Q. Hammonds Parkway, according to a community announcement. Block Kids is a no-cost interlocking building block contest for students in kindergarten through 6th grade. Parents must be present, but participants are asked to create something construction-related without adult help or guidance, using approved materials such as building blocks, string, foil, and construction paper. All participants will receive a goodie bag, hard hat, and a snack. There are limited seats available, so students are encouraged to register early. The Block Kids Building Program is a national building competition that introduces children to construction careers. Contest rules. Student must be in kindergarten through 6th grade to participate. Sign-in will open at 9:30 a.m. the day of the event. The contest will begin promptly at 10 a.m. No one will be allowed to start the contest after 10 a.m. Every participant must submit a registration form signed by a parent or guardian. Parents can attend but are not allowed to help students build their project. Participants are permitted to build the project of their choice, but it must be relevant to the construction industry. Projects that depict people or animals will not be allowed. Construction equipment is acceptable. All building projects must be completed within 45 to 60 minutes. Participants may only use the blocks and materials provided. 19 interlocking blocks, Lego type, 12 inches of string, 10.5 by 12 inch piece of foil, 11 by 14 inch piece of construction paper. Each of these items may be broken or torn into smaller pieces. However, the use of scissors or knives is prohibited. Participants will be provided a work area approximately 2 feet by 2 feet to build their project. Judging will be conducted by scoring forms and oral interview questions. Prizes will be awarded for first, second, and third place. The first place winner will be submitted to the regional competition. All registered participants will receive a bag of goodies and a snack. For more information, contact Megan Herzog at Megan, spelled M-E-G-A-N, at springfieldcontractors.org or 417-839-7612. And that is the end of that article.
Next article, let's just say, made me hungry a little bit. Next article of the day is by 417 Magazine, and it's got the title, We Review the Himalayan Grill and Bar. Let's see, and this was by Tessa Cooper. Ooh, and there's a photo by Brandon Alms at the Himalayan Grill and Bar. And there's a blend of Nepalese, Indo-Chinese, and Indian cuisine. I don't know what any of that is, but
These types of food, would you like to describe the picture?
There's 4 types of food. There's
There's 4 plates of food.
There's 4 plates of food.
And 2 drinks.
There's 4 plates of foods and 2 drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
Dumplings.
Dumplings, chicken, bread, corn, and I think that's shrimp.
Mm-hmm. All right. Would you like to start reading the article?
I like shrimp. Republic is a rapidly growing town, and its local food scene is keeping pace. The new food and beverage concepts popping up here are so unique that they are drawing visitors all over from Southwest Missouri. Mm-hmm. And the Himalayan Grill and Bar is no exception. Here you'll find a blend of authentic
Nepalese,
Indo-Chinese, and Indian cuisine prepared by Chef Bishnu Chaudhary.
Yeah, Chaudhary.
Sorry if I butchered the name.
It's okay.
He owns and runs the restaurant alongside Gautam Buddha Maharan and Prem
Shrestha.
Yeah. Together, these Nepal natives are bringing flavors of their home country to our little corner of the Ozarks. The article goes on to say, I've had Indo-Chinese and Indian cuisine before, so I really wanted to find something that represented more of the Nepalese flavors. The menu made this a super easy feat, and as the first two sections are labeled most iconic Nepali appetizers and most iconic Nepali cuisine. There's two photos. There's a picture of
One of the dishes.
one of the dishes, and then the next photo is two of the workers. Derico continues saying, I kicked off my meal with the chapai, which is popular street food in Nepal. Think of it as a spicy snack mix with a melody of chopped noodles, puffed rice, and peas, all dried. It was crunchy, tangy, and spicy, and my mouth is watering right now just thinking of it. My palate was awake and ready for my second course, the
Nawari Kaji set.
This meal offers a sampling of multiple native-style foods served together on a triangular platter. The Himalayans' take on the dish featured bara, which is a savory pancake made with lentils that they dropped off with a fried egg. Along with the chura, which is beaten rice, offered a nice
Respite?
respite in the spicier components. Amid the spicier components like the potatoes. The chicken choila was my favorite addition as it was very garlic forward. I nearly double the garlic in any recipe. Before I ordered, my server asked me what spice level I wanted, and I went with medium. I found it was the perfect level to offer a fiery kick while still letting the other flavors come through. However, I was glad I ordered a glass of that sweet
lassi
to go with my meal, which is a soothing salted yogurt drink with just a slight hint of rose water. I would suggest ordering the mango version if you want one that offers a stronger, brighter flavor. On my next visit, I really want to try the momo, which are Nepal's take on steamed dumplings. The sea momo style is their best seller, and it's steamed and tossed in a sweet and spicy chili sauce. One order includes 10, so I will be bringing a friend to help split. And on a related note, the portion sizes here are very generous, so I've had enough leftovers for lunch the next day. My husband Chandler is normally my date for these reviews, but on this occasion, my 10-month-old daughter Florence was along for the ride. As far as her favorites, she couldn't get enough of the naan or the bara. I left the experience feeling so grateful. Even if I never make it to Nepal with my daughter, I think it's so wonderful to live in a region where we can enjoy global flavors like this together on an ordinary evening.
All right. Next, with the Springfield Daily Citizen, Ron Trees Scully's bids farewell after 10-year Springfield run. Hints at new venture. Joe Still, who co-owns Scully's with his wife Laura, said they were looking to open a bagel shop in March 2026. This article is written by Jack McGee. It starts with a picture of Scully's restaurant, which is located at 1427 East Cherry Street in Springfield's Roundtree neighborhood. Photo provided by Ellie Freistack. Scully's, a food truck turned brick-and-mortar restaurant in Springfield's Roundtree neighborhood, announced on Facebook January 13th that it will close in early February. Joe Still, who co-owns the restaurant with his wife Laura, said they were looking to open a bagel shop in the same space as March. Scully's last day of service will be February 6, 2026. Scully's, located at 1427 East Cherry Street, is known for its ramen, wings, and wok bowls. After almost 10 years of doing this dang thing, we're finally hanging up our ramen ladle, the Facebook post reads in part, to all of our loyal customers over the last decade. We can't thank you enough. You gave us a reason to come in every day, cook pork bones for 22 hours, and slosh around noodle water with a smile, and sometimes a grimace on our face. Your support built this place. Joe Still said the decision to close Schoolies was due to various factors, including rising food costs and an urge to do something else after 10 years in business. Me and my wife just had our first kid this year too, so we were kind of looking at a different schedule that doesn't involve getting off at 10 o'clock every night, Still said the Springfield Daily Citizen. There is a photo of Joe Still standing in front of the Schoolies logo on the side of his building, and he is wearing a Schoolies sweatshirt as he smiles at the camera. Founded in 2016 as a food truck, Schoolies moved into its current space in 2020. In the Facebook post, Schoolies hinted at the possibility of a new concept in the same space as well as future pop-ups. We're already working on a new venture in the same location, and if all goes well, you'll be seeing something brand new from us around March. We'll also be doing the occasional pop-up here and there. Still said they believe in the potential for a bagel shop due to building's proximity to Missouri State University and 2023 closure of the nearby Panera Bread at National Avenue and Elm Street. While they had yet to settle on a name, Still said they had tossed around BB Bagels, short for Big Baby Bagels, which they had already created an Instagram handle for. We're basically going to take the month off February and hopefully not longer than that. We'll see, Still said. We have to do a whole rebrand and R&D and all kinds of stuff. Still said they plan to bring back many of the same staff in the bagel shop. There is a link to the Facebook post that describes the same information here in the article. It has several pictures of different employees smiling as they work. All right, so last day to support that local business will be February 26. All right, end of that article.
Next article is once again by 417 Magazine. Doing good with Diaper Bank of the Ozarks. And this article is by Alisa Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
Alisa Ronnie. There's a photo by Katie Sinclair, and it shows a photo of a person named Trana Shaganasi. She's the program director at Diaper Bank of the Ozarks, as she's posing for a photo smiling. The article says, while diapers are just a check mark on the grocery list for most families, many others must choose between food and clean diapers for their small children. Diaper Bank of the Ozarks is working to eliminate that decision. The organization is to run through Crossline Community Outreach, or Crossline Community Outreach, or CCO, mm-hmm. And it is part of a statewide diaper bank coalition. Mm-hmm. It spans 30 counties from Joplin to the Bootheel, and provides families in need with diapers. Program Director Trana Shaganesi says the program was started 13 years ago by Jill Bright, a retired nurse. It is one of the 9 programs operating through CCO. To Shaganesi, giving diapers means more than cutting costs for impoverished families. It also has positive physical, practical, and mental outcomes. She says, if a child doesn't have diapers, there's all kinds of health issues that can happen to that child. Bladder infections, urinary tract infection. Likewise, many parents struggle to work, as many daycares require parents to supply disposable diapers. Diapers access, Shaganesi also says, also curbs abuse and neglect by addressing poor mental health, often intensified by sleepless nights from soiled diapers. Shaughnessy played a key role, along with representatives from other diaper banks, in convincing Missouri legislators to remove the luxury tax on diapers. And the removal went into effect in August of 2025. Since 2012, Diaper Bank of the Ozarks has distributed over 6.5 million diapers to families in need. Volunteer assistant Linda Vashaw consults with diaper recipients. One of her most memorable moments with the program was with a pregnant mother whose partner had recently left. Vashaw describes the encounter. Her baby was due within the week, and she has a 2-year-old at home. She was in tears as I was explaining to her that she didn't have to pay for anything for the program and that these diapers were donated, and we just wanted to be able to help support her. That's it for that article. But here's how you can help. Donate to Diaper Bank of the Ozarks by going to this website, ccozarks.org or ccozarks.org. Just $10.36 provides a week's supply of diapers to a family in need.
Awesome. All right. On to the Springfield Business Journal. Kehoe's budget proposal calls for flat funding for public schools, higher education. This article starts with a photo of Governor Mike Kehoe standing at a podium as he is speaking at the State of Address on January 16th in front of education leaders in Springfield. This article was written by Claudette Riley. Governor Mike Kehoe plans to maintain stable funding levels for K-12 and higher education in fiscal year 2027 was met with relief by top local officials who worried about cuts. We knew it would be a tough budget, so the governor is in a tough place. The fact that he held community colleges harmless without a cut, we were pleased because there are cuts in the budget, said Hal Higdon, Chancellor of Ozarks Technical Community College. He chose to make sure we did not get hurt. Higdon said a flat funding proposal for K-12 and higher education is a win in a time of economic uncertainty. Missouri public schools, colleges, and universities were told not to expect any core funding increases next year during Kehoe's second State of the State address. Level state funding may still require spending cuts if other revenue drops or expenses such as health care, retirement funds, fuel, and utilities go up. Kehoe's proposed budget includes ongoing funding of nearly $4.3 billion for the K-12 state funding model or formula, which provides a basic level of state aid to districts, plus $361 million for student busing. We know how to plan and how to move ahead for the 2026 to 2027 school year, said Grenita Lawson, Superintendent of Springfield Public Schools. It helps us tremendously. K-12 and higher education institutions develop budgets in the spring that must be approved by June 30th. Planning beyond the following fiscal year is expected to be less certain. Kehoe created the Missouri School Funding Modernization Task Force to revamp the state funding for K-12 public and private schools. A final report is due December 1st, which may trigger changes for the 2027 to 2028 school year. In the annual address on January 13th, Kehoe said consistent funding will provide districts with stability until changes can be made. He said the existing formula simply does not work. As we modernize opportunities and outcomes, we must also ensure our public education funding model reflects today's realities and tomorrow's responsibilities, he said. Ozarks Superintendent Lori Wilson said a revised state funding model will create winners and losers. She said that likelihood, coupled with a push to lower property and income taxes in Missouri, has created uncertainty. We're going to do the best we can with our salaries and keeping our teachers here and remain competitive. But we're going to have to start looking at everything we do in the district, Wilson said. We just don't know where the funding is going to go. I do not see it going up. Outside of core funding, Kehoe proposed bumping annual spending from the Missouri Empowerment Scholarship account programs known as MO Scholars to $60 million, an increase of $10 million. It helps lower income families pay for private schooling. This program is working and Missouri families are counting on it, Kehoe said. The students across our state have a brighter future because their families were given educational choice. Kehoe called lawmakers to approve the perennial open enrollment legislation during the 2026 session, saying it is overdue. The details vary, but if approved, it will give public school students the right to attend the district they prefer. He proposed $7.5 million in seed money to get started if the change, a form of school choice, becomes law. Lathon said Kehoe's overarching address focused on innovate, improve, and respond, and characterized it as heartening and in line with district goals. She said several years of steady academic progress, expanded choices programs, and more career exploration and training through business partners and the Alliance for Healthcare Education are spot on with Kehoe's priorities. We welcome the opportunity to continue to do that, she said. I'm hoping through the course of the next year, our governor will visit with us so we can show him open enrollment and choice in action. The open enrollment model employed by SPS allows eligible students to transfer to another school within the district if there is space. Kehoe's emphasis on agriculture was hailed by SPS home to the Ag Academy and multiple Future Farmers of America, or FFA, chapters. Agriculture has also been a priority at Ozarks Tech's and Missouri State University, which has grown programs in recent years. Key words I was listening for was innovation and meeting the workforce demand, which is part of our strategic plan in agriculture, said Richard Biff Williams, president of Missouri State. We are invested heavily into agriculture. That is a place that we will really focus on as an institution. Kehoe's budget proposal includes $1.2 billion for higher education and workforce development. It does not set aside funds for the MO Excel's Workforce Initiative, which helps expand employer-driven education and training programs. Williams said the governor made clear that funding will be limited. We were prepared. We were waiting for maybe a cut, and so we're quite pleased to know that we'll be flat in a tough budget year, he said. That demonstrates that the governor does value education and how it plays a role in economic development. Missouri State engaged in significant belt tightening this fiscal year because of an expected shortfall. We've already made some tough decisions this year in expectation of this, he said. Williams said the university will wait for projections to come into focus on enrollment, state and federal funding, and ongoing expenses before any decisions are made about tuition increases or spending cuts for next fiscal year. We've been very proactive in making sure that we're conservative in our budget, so we don't have to make rash decisions, he said. We have that in place now. We just need to see what are the real numbers and where do we need to be. All right, that is the end of that article. How about we read this one?
Sorry, my voice is just a little sore.
It's okay.
Next article is by Springfield Daily Citizen. Preservation effort will rebind popular books. Rare finds at the Christian County Library. There's a picture of Charlie Evans holding up an original copy of Thomas Hart Benton's examination of the Dred Scott case. This was taken on January 12th of this year at the Christian County Library in Ozarks. Charlie Evans is a collection service manager, and this photo was taken by Ellie Frystack. Fry. Did I say it right?
Yeah, Frystack.
Ellie Frystack. Charlie Evans has been baffled by some of the historic books that she has discovered in the Christian County Library's collection. Now in her second year as collections manager for the district, Evans said she did not know what was going to come across and at all. The local history room, she didn't know what was going to come across. Her finds include an 1858 examination of the Dred Scott decision from Missouri Sen, Thomas Hart Benton and 2 copies of a pamphlet called My Trip to Mars, the Moon, and Venus from Howell County farmer Buck Nelson, who was once well known in the Ozarks after claiming he was visited by aliens in flying saucers. There's now a picture of Vice President of the Friends of the Christian County Library, Leah Harding gasping as she sees the original copy of Thomas Hart Benton's examination of the Dred Scott case. Once again, taken by Ellie Freistack. The book was published back in 1857. Evans estimates there are 1,700 volumes in the Ozarks Ozark branch's Anderson history room alone. The room also contains other artifacts like newspapers preserved on microfilm and geological records. Lucille Adams Anderson, is that how you spell her name? Yep. Who pioneered and helped found the Christian County Library in the 1950s and the room's namesake. She had a strong interest in preserving local history through the library. Some of the library's oldest books are showing the impact of years and wear. Last year, the district began a project to rebind some of its historic materials that were in the worst condition. In late December, the library received its
Inaugural
badge of over 40 rebound books in brand new dark red hardcovers. The Friend of the Christian County Library, or FOCCL, funded the project at $750. And there's a picture of a bunch of books, some recently rebound in books, including popular materials from local authors like Wayne Glenn. Once again, this photo is by Ellie Freistack. President Lonnie Brandon said, "When we evaluated the project, it is definitely something that fit our purpose and meaning. Now we're talking about is it something that we can continue on an annual basis or whatever is needed to keep this going." The organization has agreed to designate $750 to rebind another batch of books in 2026, provided that the district makes an application for it, Brandon explained. Nicholas that's what her name is?
Holiday.
Oh, so it's like Holiday but without the I? Okay, Nicholas Holiday, Director of Community Engagement, stated the preservation work and will continue with each batch selected based on the condition of the books and demand from readers. Evans says, it's all about access. It's about providing material that people can interact with and actually read. There's a picture of a copy of a book called Backwoods Teacher. This book was by Joseph Nelson, worn at the spine, with the original cover fading away and a plastic cover in its place. Once again, photo by Ellie Freistack. That's the end of that article.
All right. From the Springfield Business Journal, Kehoe wants voters to decide if state income tax should be eliminated. This article also starts with a picture of Governor Mike Kehoe as he delivers his State of the State address in Jefferson City on January 13th, provided by the Office of Governor Mike Kehoe. This article is written by Mike Colinan. Before a joint session of the General Assembly, Mike Kehoe yesterday said voters should get to decide this year at the ballot box if the state phases out its income tax. While details were scarce on how the tax elimination would occur, Kehoe presented the goal during his annual State of the State address in Jefferson City, and comments similar to ones he made in November 2025, as reported by the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. He called on members of the legislature to pass a joint resolution in this session to place the issue before voters. It's a place, he said, pairs tax relief with closing loopholes. The question before Missourians will be clear, Kehoe said. Should Missouri begin a phased elimination of the individual income tax with a full repeal within the next 5 years? Noting Missouri's population is stagnant and economic growth has been average at best, Kehoe said the issue is competitiveness, adding that starts with the tax code. He pointed out the state brings strength to the table when recruiting jobs and investment, but struggles to compete with states such as Tennessee and Texas, which don't have an income tax. I said Tennessee and Texas. I did mean Tennessee and Texas. I do apologize. If we are serious about building a foundation for growth to compete rather than be complacent, then we must begin the work now to phase out and eliminate Missouri's individual income tax, he said. Noting voters' approval would allow legislators and next year's General Assembly to put the plan in action. We can do both. We can maintain a balanced budget that supports essential services and pursue a bold tax policy that improves Missouri's competitiveness. Income tax represents 65% of last year's $13.4 billion in state revenue, according to state officials. Kehoe asserted in his speech Missouri can maintain a balanced budget that supports essential services and eliminates the income tax by allowing taxes on certain services. Kehoe noted in his speech that sales taxes are not placed on monthly subscriptions and digital services such as online advertising, ebooks, and artificial intelligence platforms, which could create new revenue. He did not provide estimates on this revenue. When these types of modern services are taxed, it will create new revenue for local governments, he said. Adding an expanded sales tax will not include agriculture, healthcare, or real estate. These increases will need to be offset by reducing local taxes, like property taxes, a higher priority for Missourians and many of us in this room. The current top rate of tax imposed on individuals for the 2025 tax year is 4.7. The earliest date for the next rate cut triggered by revenue would be the start of 2028, according to state budget office estimates. Kehoe, this past summer, signed House Bill 594, which makes Missouri the first in the nation to enact a tax cut that exempts capital gains from income tax, according to past Springfield Business Journal reporting. The bill's updated fiscal note estimates the change could reduce state revenue in the first year by $157 million. In future years, the bill is estimated to decrease state revenue by roughly $111 million. However, the fiscal note indicates the impact could be significantly larger. Based on the $13.3 billion in capital gains income Missouri taxpayers claimed for 2022 on their federal income tax forms, taking the 4.7 top rate would yield $625.6 million for fiscal 2026, according to the fiscal note. Budget recommendations. The income tax issue served as the centerpiece for Kehoe's speech, which also covered public safety, economic development, and education priorities. His roughly $54.5 billion recommended operating budget proposes to reduce more than $600 million from the core operating budget, which he said begins to address a projected future imbalance of over $2 billion. Kehoe said the reductions prioritize fiscal discipline, which continuing to meet mandatory and high-priority obligations, including Medicaid matching requirements, child care subsidies, and disaster relief, without cutting core funding for higher education or the K-12 foundation formula. The foundation formula will see no increase after receiving a $500 million increase last year to $4.2 billion. Our recommendation proves that state government can live within its means and our economy can grow and deliver results for taxpayers all at the same time, he said. In his speech, Kehoe said since fiscal 2022, more than 3,400 new budget lines at a cost of $13 billion have been added to the state's operating budget. He said it demonstrates the historic imbalance we must fix. Simply put, the days of excusing budgetary decisions with fund balances and so-called surpluses are over, Kehoe said. State government has to return to how budgets looked before COVID-19. In Kehoe's fiscal 2027 proposed budget, $2.3 billion is allocated to public safety, including $1.3 billion for statewide disaster response. He also recommends $26.7 million for maintenance and repairs at veterans' homes as part of $170.6 million in total spending for veteran services. For economic development, Kehoe's budget priorities include $17.7 million for Missouri One Start, a workforce training program that looks to upskill workers on emerging technologies, and $63.2 million related to the FIFA World Cup, for which Kansas City will host matches this summer. The investment for the soccer tournament will include comprehensive safety measures and personnel, he said. A full transcript of the state address is available on the Springfield Business Journal website. And that is the end of that article.
Do you
want to read that article you were just on?
Is it a short one?
Yes.
All right. Oh, we're not too far from that place.
Mm-hmm. All right. You want to read the title?
Once again, this the next article is once again by Springfield Daily Citizen. The article goes on to say, letter, how Springfield could earn my yes vote on hotel tax for convention center. And there's a picture of the Route 66 Springfield Visitor Center. And it's got the two statues of people crossing their arms like this, always standing. The Visit Springfield, Missouri sign seen in November of 2025. And this photo is by Bruce Stidham.
Mm-hmm.
And the article goes on to say, opinion by Roger Leonard. And it says he's from Springfield. He says, I was among the majority that voted no in November on the convention center question. To move me to the yes column on April 7th, several issues still need to be addressed thoroughly and logically. And here are just a few of them, no particular order. We need a detailed site diagram, placing some vaguely marked squares on an aerial photo and saying, see, this is how it opened.
Vaguely marked.
Vaguely marked squares on an aerial photo and saying, see, this is how it all fits together is not enough. We also need architectural drawings depicting major features both inside and outside. Please don't tell us this is too expensive or there's not enough time. We're not going to buy a pig in a poke. Editor's note, the Springfield city manager, David Cameron, said the city will release a visual rendering by March 6th. The article goes on to say, get serious with plans for a hotel. Those cities with successful convention centers have adjacent hotels with enclosed all-weather access. How could such a hotel be accommodated here? We're working on it is not a satisfactory answer. Approving the convention center now and figuring out the details for a hotel later makes no sense. Easy access to quality lodging is critical from the get-go. If the April 7th vote to raise the hotel tax by 3% is yes, would the governor release the $30 million in his reserve? Could these taxpayer funds be productively used by June 30th? June 30th. If the answer to either question is no, it is reasonable to expect the
legislator.
Oh, is it reasonable to expect the
legislation
to reappropriate the funds? Whether the proposed tax increase is permanent or has a 35-year sunset means absolutely nothing to most voters. It's a waste of time and effort to dwell on that aspect of the new proposal. Future voters could repeal or amend the amount and/or duration of the tax at any time. Finally, the Chamber of Commerce and other business groups need to kick it up a notch from their lukewarm endorsements before the November vote. Will these other issues be satisfactorily addressed before April 7th? I still have my doubts, but I remain open-minded. And that's it for that article.
All right. From the Springfield Business Journal. Care to Learn promotes Melissa Ray to new leadership role. Article written by Claudette Riley. The article starts with a photo of Melissa Ray as she stands in front of a brick wall building. Melissa Ray, who joined Care to Learn in August 2017, has moved into a new role that aims to strengthen school partnerships. She will be the Vice President of Chapters Services and work directly with superintendents of area school districts to grow the reach of the nonprofit chapters and make sure they are operating efficiently. Care to Learn's chapters are the heart of our mission, and I'm honored to support the incredible educators and volunteers who work every day to meet students' most basic needs, said Ray in a news release. I'm excited to build on the strong foundation already in place, expand our ability to help more children, and ensure every chapter has the tools, training, and support needed to make a lasting impact on their communities. The Springfield-based nonprofit partners with more than 45 Missouri school districts. Founded in 2008, it was created to meet children's emergent health, hunger, and hygiene needs. Ray has served in multiple roles, including Springfield Chapter Service Specialist, Clothing Closet Coordinator, Springfield Chapter Services Coordinator, and Director of Chapter Services. Under her leadership, the Care to Learn Clothing Closet Program, an initiative to provide on-site closets full of clothing staples and hygiene products for students, has grown and is now available at every Springfield public school site. Melissa brings a deep commitment to Care to Learn's mission and a strong understanding of the challenges and opportunities facing our partner school districts, said Crystal Simon, CEO of Care to Learn in the release. Her leadership will continue to be instrumental in strengthening our existing chapters and helping serve even more students. And that is the end of that article.
Wish I could go through one article without messing up the words.
It's okay. You're okay. Do you want to start here?
All right. This article is once again by Springfield Daily Citizen. Valiant to pursue University Heights property after neighborhood meeting. And this article is by Ryan Collins. There's a picture of Josh Manning on the right, next to Valiant Group, as they're talking about the possibility of purchasing the property at Sunshine and National Developers, BK&M, at an introductory meeting.
It's okay.
Introductory meeting with the University Heights Neighborhood Association on Tuesday, January 13th of 2026. Valiant's group principal architect Nick Shirk accompanied Manning to the meeting, and this photo is by Jim Wilson. After an hour-and-a-half meeting with the University Heights Neighborhood Association on January 13th, Valiant Group owner Josh Manning said he feels confident in continuing to explore the purchase of Be Kind and Merciful, Be Kind and Mercifuls, or BK&M. properties at the northwest corner of National Avenue and Sunshine Street. Manning, as well as Valiant principal architect Nick
Shirk?
met with the neighborhood stakeholders to discuss potentially buying the properties that have been the center of controversy for nearly 3 years. Valiant laid out its still developing vision for the future of the properties. There were about 45 people at the association meeting held at National Avenue Christian Church. Valiant will not develop anything but housing on the properties, with the main aim being to develop a high-end townhome community, Manning said at the meeting. The existing dwellings will not have to be demolished to increase the number of units. Manning also said there's no way to make the project economically viable with single-family homes. On the controversial.
We start right here.
Manny said at the meeting, "My goal for tonight is to see if there's an opportunity to start the slate over on the controversial project." At the end of the meeting, Manning said he thought his first introduction to the neighborhood went well, and he had enough feedback to move forward with exploring the purchase. "I think we're going to keep pushing," Manny said to a Daily Citizen reporter after the meeting. "I feel pretty good about it, and I think the next thing would be potentially putting together a concept of what we can actually put on the property." Manning said previously his company has been exploring the purchase for about 2 months after BK&M principal Ralph Duda reached out to Manning as a potential purchaser of the properties. Duda had spent years trying to develop the properties and amid pushback and a lawsuit from neighbors. The article goes on to say Valiant lays out townhome style development, addresses neighborhood concerns. And there's a picture, resident Darren Herman at University Heights, offering his perspectives on what would and would not be appropriate for a developer to build on land currently owned by Be Kind and Merciful LLC. This photo is once again by Jim Wilson. Manning said Valiant has no intentions to develop a project with a retail arm, and he is opposed to a hotel concept. The biggest concern among the neighborhood residents was the development would include a multi-family complex that would be multiple stories above the residential houses in the neighborhood. Manning tried to claim those concerns by laying out plans for a townhouse development that would mimic the design of houses in the historic neighborhood. Manning said, "We could do it in a tasteful manner, right? Townhomes would not be a towering, massive building that's overshadowing, the houses behind it, and it's all ugly and all that. Townhomes could mimic the feel of residential homes with yards, gardens, gardens, I guess, but I meant to say garages, and even a front porch." That Manning said all that. He says that style of development would allow multiple units in a dwelling. Yeah, I guess a yard is technically a garden, so. Some residents were opposed to any development that would not be single-family homes, and Manning said building individual homes to sell or rent would not make the project financially viable because the properties come at a steep cost. Hang on. Excuse me. The current owner, BK&M, will not budge on the asking price. Manning also said they are not flexible on price. They are not going to take a financial loss. Manning also said BK&M is prepared to continue its fight rather than sell the properties at a loss. Valiant Group will not build the property to sell it to a management company, Manning said, and the hometowns will not be sold to individual buyers. Valiant also needs the units rented to make the development possible. Manning said, if we were to build this, I would never sell this. This would be a project that we would portfolio and we would manage in-house. The article continues saying Valiant aims to start on development plan, meet with neighborhood association again. And there's a picture of Josh Manning, a Valiant Group owner, talking about the possibility of purchasing the property of Sunshine and National from developers BK&M at an introductory meeting with the University Heights Neighborhood Association on Tuesday, January 13th of 2026. Once again, this photo is by Jim Wilson. The other major concern among residents was a potential entrance. I know how to say entrance. A potential entrance and exit to the complex on University Street. Neighborhood residents do not want to. They don't want an influx. Mm-hmm. They don't want an influx of vehicles on University, a common walking street in the neighborhood. Manning said because the intention was not to develop retail, a hotel, or a towering multifamily development, there should be less traffic associated with Valiant's plan. That may make the University Street entrance and exit unnecessary. Ultimately, the company will have to develop a plan that meets the city's requirements. The next step for Valiant is to start developing a plan for the properties and then to meet with the neighborhood stakeholders again to get the input, Manning said. Valiant will not make a financial commitment before a plan is mapped out, but Tuesday's meeting instilled some confidence in moving forward. Manning continued, saying, I want to be very confident that I'm going to have the neighborhood support before we commit to anything. I want to make sure that they're on board with what we think we can bring to the table before I commit to it. Manning said he is open to the neighborhood forming a community for ongoing input on the development. And that's the end of that article.
Thank you, Madison.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. The Blind Community Thrift Store is a spacious 17,000 square foot thrift store located in Springfield, Missouri. It holds the distinction of being the first retail store worldwide to incorporate NaviLens technology, which significantly enhances accessibility for the blind, visually impaired, and non-English speaking individuals. This innovative system enables customers to navigate and shop with minimal assistance, fostering independence and confidence. The store operates as a nonprofit organization dedicated to generating funds that support the provision of adaptive technology and training for the blind and visually impaired community, often at little to no cost. Visitors can learn more about the organization and access its services by visiting the store in person at 2713 North Kansas Expressway, Springfield, Missouri, or by exploring the website at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The website offers comprehensive information about the store's mission, services, and opportunities for community involvement, as well as details about the free store available to residents in the Springfield area. All right. Our next article from Springfield Daily Citizen. Nixa students excited to broadcast Tournament of Champions. Nixa Live at a class at Nixa High School will broadcast the 41st Annual Tournament of Champions to the world. This article is written by Joey Hadstill. Nixa students check the, there is a picture of, to start the article off with, of two Nixa students checking the camera connection inside the Great Southern Bank as they prepare for the Tournament of Champions on Wednesday, January 14th, 2026.
Looks like a movie poster.
Zoe Ward has a one-up on her sister. Ward, a sophomore at Nixa High School, is a member of Nixa Live, a student production team that her older sister helped organize. This week, Ward will get to cover some of the top basketball athletes and coaches as a sideline reporter for the Bass Pro Tournament of Champions at Great Southern Bank Arena. Ward will be there to watch the action courtside, interview players and coaches between halves. She's excited for the opportunity, she said. My older sister was the first sideline reporter, Ward said. With her experience, I got to learn a lot, and I always watched all the broadcasts. When I was a freshman, I enrolled in the class and just kind of went for it. I realized I actually really enjoyed it and practiced all the time. Ward is part of a Nixa Live crew of about 18 students behind the production team. Together, they will handle every aspect of broadcasting the tournament's games to nationwide audience on the internet. 3 students stand above the MSU courtside at the Great Southern Bank Arena, fixing camera equipment. This article is provided by Ellie Freistack. This is no small tournament. Organized by Springfield Public Schools, it is considered one of the most competitive and talent-stocked in the country. Over its 40 years, it has featured more than 60 future NBA players and 370 NCAA Division I players. 5 of the teams at this year's tournament rank in Max Prep's most recent top 10, and 12 of the players are ranked among the top 200 in the country. It's exciting being able to broadcast a tournament that's so prestigious, said Brady Richard, a junior who will work a camera this weekend. So many NBA players have come through here. Of the 8 teams, 6 of them are in the top 20. Announcers will be present at the courtside table. Students will operate 7 cameras trained on the court, sending their signal to a production truck outside. From there, directors will determine what the viewers see, from live action as it happens to instant replay of important moments. Those students will work hard and miss classes throughout the tournament, which runs from Thursday to Saturday. Many of them were at a Great Southern Bank Arena on Wednesday for setup. They'll work Sunday packing up their gear. They've already been doing plenty of homework in advance, from studying potential storylines to preparing on-screen graphics. We've been doing a lot of research on all the teams, and all the people who've come through here, said junior James Dierenberger, who sometimes directs and runs replay cameras. We're behind the scenes, making a budget, graphics, and getting info on all the coaches, so we can make lower thirds and stuff, so that we always have information to put up. There is another photo of 3 students working in the broadcast truck getting set up for game day. This photo is provided by Ellie Freistack. If everything goes well, what students broadcast will look just as seamless and professional as what is seen on TV networks across the country. As anyone in the broadcast business can confirm, however, not everything goes well all the time. The students are also planning for all sorts of contingencies. I've been putting stuff in our spreadsheets, making sure we have anything that could possibly happen on stream so that we're not rushing, to make it less stressful during the tournament, said Ellie Zasiga, a senior who works on graphics. Once it comes to a tournament time, it's more about making sure to execute what you've done throughout. SPS has secured 27 sponsors, said teacher and advisor Jordan Burns. Nixa Live received $1,500 up front and will share in advertising revenues. There is a photo of Nick Live's advisor and teacher Jordan Burns as he instructs his students on the next steps. It is an up-close photo of his face. It marks a validation of the growth the new program has had, he said. He said that when SBS athletic director Josh Scott called the invitation, he agreed before Scott finished his sentence. Students with Nixa Live have been broadcasting the school's athletic events, which have included recent trips to the state's highest level of competition. The program has been an official class at Nixa High School for about 5 years now, Burns said. Burns said SBS is treating the Nixa Live crew as if it is the 9th team in the tournament. The students are able to participate in the ancillary activities, such as a tour at Wonders of Wildlife. They are also getting meals and other things they need, he said. I know. But the students will be working hard throughout the next few days, Burns said. The students will rotate shifts and be joined by 3 alumni of the program. They enjoy doing it, which is what I enjoy the most as a teacher, Burns said. You'll see them out there working hard, figuring things out on the fly. The teamwork to make sure that we get a good podcast out that looks good and represents everyone. That's the learning aspect I enjoy the most. All tournament games will be streamed at springfieldsports.net.
Thank you, Savannah. Speaking of alumni, this is the next article, once again, by Springfield Daily Citizen. Drury names 5 for Distinguished Alumni Awards. The alumni will be recognized during upcoming homecoming activities on February 6th. This article is by Joe Hodsell. There's a picture of a statue, a cat.
A statue of the Drury mascot, a panther.
Oh, a panther. Okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Drury University is a private university located in Springfield. Its athlete mascot is a panther, and this photo is by Shannon Kay. 4 alumni of Drury University and one of its professors have been named for an award that recognizes professional and personal success, as well as service to the university and their communities. The university added the people to its list of distinguished alumni awards. They will be honored on February 6th during homecoming week festivals. Festivities.
There you go.
And I almost said week like a hillbilly wake. Moving on, the awards were launched in 1951. The university's alumni council makes these selections based on nominations from the Drury community. The honorees for 2026 include these people. Bear with me as I read down the article. First off is Donald Flesh, a 56 graduate who will receive a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Flesh?
And let's see, Flesh has become a pillar of the community in Kalamazoo, Michigan, where for 35 years he worked as a professor for Kalamazoo College. And according to a press release, he was active in academic and athletic circles. He also advised in pre-law students and encouraged students to embrace citizenship and public service, and a lecture series was established by the college in his name. Flesh was also the voice of the Hornets, announcing athletic events for 37 years. Next up is Mark Martin, a 71 graduate who will receive a Community Service Award. He's a family physician with HCA Healthcare in Lee Summit. Martin has 35 years of experience as a doctor, and during his career, he has also volunteered for several groups, including the Gardens Unity Village. After 5 years with that group, he was chosen as the farm manager, and he was in charge of planting, harvesting, and operating the 5-acre farm. He's also a founder of Heartland Honor Flight, serving as the volunteer physician for 38 consecutive flights to Washington, D.C. Next up is David Pettifor, who's an 82 graduate who will receive a Career Achievement Award. As a student, Pettifor was president of the Sigma Nu fraternity and played on the university's golf team. After graduation, he began a career that included IBM and Microsoft. Over 20 years, he achieved a senior management position with IBM, finishing with the role of general manager for its worldwide retail industry. He then worked for Microsoft, working as a general manager for retail and healthcare consulting industries. Petford.
Mhm.
Petford is Petford. Sorry. He's also a president of Chronic Watch.
A former president.
A former president of Chronic Watch, which is a medical software firm that enables remote monitoring. Next up is Samantha Williams. She's a 15 graduate who will receive a Young Alumni Award. She recently celebrated her 10th anniversary working for a
Pharmaceutical.
distributor
Sensora.
consulting with community on
Oncology.
clinics across the nation. She's also a volunteer for local groups. She's a former management director-elect and president of the Junior League of Springfield and a longtime mentor with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. And lastly is Bruce E. Moore, a professor of architect at Drury, who will receive a faculty/staff appreciation award. Moore, in his 40th year teaching at Drury, he's a founding faculty member of the Hammond School of Architecture and coordinated initial
Accreditation.
evidence for 3
Accreditation.
team visits. He also teaches building systems, natural systems, and systems integration, and he has also served as an associate director and acting director of the school.
Nice. Good job. All right. Next article from Springfield Daily Citizen. Evangel woman ranked in NAIA top 25 for the first time since 2011.
Wow.
The KCAC Leading Valor are riding a 13-game winning streak. This is written by Ryan Collingwood. This article starts with a photo of Evangel head coach Maddie Wallace as they played at Ash Grove and Evangel, who played at Ash Grove and Evangel before pursuing a coaching career. She is standing in front of a partial crowd wearing a leopard print suit.
Looks like a gymnasium.
Yes, in a gymnasium. You are correct. Photo by Mary Ellen Chillis. First-year Evangel head coach Maddie Wallace is already winning at a high clip. The Valor, 14-1, 11-0, KCAC, checked in at number 22 in the week's NAIA Top 25 Women's Basketball Poll, the program's first national ranking since the 2011 to 2012 preseason. Wallace, an Ash Grove native who helped nearby Mission University, win 25 games last season as a first-year NAIA member, has plenty of Ozark talent contributing to the Evangel's 13-game winning streak. Junior forward Heaven Shockley, Springfield Central Lebanon, averages team highs of 15.1 points, 17.1 rebounds, and 2.4 blocks for a Valor team atop the Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference standings. There is a photo of Ali Kamis, a guard from Nixa, receiving the ball before taking a free throw against Kansas Wesleyan on Saturday, January 18th at AG Financial Arena in Springfield. Senior shooting guard Ali Kamis, Nixa, is averaging 14 points, and senior graduate point guard Cassidy Hambleton, Dora, is putting up 12.1 points per game with team highs in assists 6.1 and steals 2.9. Emma Mullings, Stratford, Ellison Marahoff, Branson, Brooke Daniels, Fairgrove, and Ashton Bell, Fairgrove, are also among the Southwest Missouri products on Evangel's roster. The Valor's lone loss this season was to America Midwest Athletic Conference Power Columbia College 82-74 on November 4th.
That's my birthday.
Evangel travels to Kansas Westland 5-5, 8-8 on Saturday, January 17th. All right. That is the end of that article.
Once again, by Springfield Daily Citizen. There's a lot of Springfield Daily Citizen articles today. Next article, it says Children's Smile Center to expand service with new NICSA office. This article is by Zoe McIntyre. And there's a photo of someone, her name's Sherry
Harville
of Turnkey Cleaner, as she's putting the finishing touches on a lobby wall of the new Children's Smile Center on Friday, January 9th of 2026 in Nixa. This photo is once again by Ellie Frystack. Carrie Burke, Children's Smile Center Administrator and longest tenured employee, teared up when she saw an architect's rendering of a new facility for the nonprofit. "Our patients and our staff deserve this," she said. Children's Smile Center provides dental care for children and youth on Medicaid who are 1 to 19 years old. A new East Nixa location will enable the organization to expand its annual service from 6,500 kids up to 9,000 in the next 1 or 2 years, according to an executive director, Jackie Barger. There's a picture of the executive director of Jackie Barger as he's talking about the new facility opening in Nixa, significantly larger than the Ozark location. This photo is once again by Ellie Frystack. The article goes on to say the Nixa office at 112 South Ridgecrest Avenue will replace the original Children's Smile Center located less than 4 miles away in Ozark. The nonprofit has leased the 3,150 square foot Ozark space for 2 decades. With the move, the Christian County office will more than double its footprint. Berger said, "I think we're very fortunate that we started in Ozark." He estimated that 35 to 40% of Children's Smile Center clients are located in Christian County. The dentist office may begin serving clients in Nixa before the end of January. There's another picture, a staff input shaped new office. There's examination rooms, like exam room 1, 2, 3, 4, all those numbers. And, they're the shape of apples.
Oh, they're the shape of teeth.
Oh, teeth. I thought they were apples, but
okay.
That's pretty funny. Staff were polled when the design process was beginning to see what they would want in the new facility, and their requests included higher ceilings and spaces for new moms to pump. This photo is by Ellie Frystack. Children's Smile Center
implemented
feedback from staff in the design for the new office. Some of the staff requirements included more storage space, natural light, bigger exam rooms, and a more private, spacious area. The building is oriented
in
a diamond shape. Its interior features wood fixtures, pops of color, and large windows with windowsill seating. A front lobby is also designed with comfortable spaces for both young children and teens. There's a picture of like
A dentist chair?
with
Plastic wrap.
plastic wrap. New exam rooms are color coded and have a lot of natural lights peeking through.
Natural lighting.
Natural light peeking through in this photo.
You're good.
It's by Ellie Frystack.
You're doing great. Arcaflex.
Studios and Schneider Construction Group partnered for the project. Barker declined to share the cost of the full build-out, but stated that 50% of the expense was covered by donors. Children's Smile Center has hired 4 new staff members in preparation to open the Nixa office. The article goes on to say Children's Smile Center serves 6 counties. That was almost hard for me to say. In addition to the Christian County location, Children's Smile Center operates a full-time office in Aurora and a satellite location in Branson West that is open 1 day a week. Clients come from Christian, Stone, Taney, Dade, Berry, and Lawrence counties. Barger said Children's Smile Center focuses on taking time with each family and creating positive dental experiences. There is a lot of Medicaid population that has not been to the dentist before. He explained, a lot of time there's more anxiety. The biggest fundraisers for Children's Smile Center are the annual Hot Air Balloon Glow, the Christian County Sertoma Duck Race, and Price Cutter Charity Championship. There's a picture of the Children's Smile Center being built. There's a crane and workers. The article then ends off by saying, the Children's Smile Center in Nixa hopes to be open for patients by the end of the month. Once again, this photo is by Ellie Frystack.
All right. From the Springfield Daily Citizen, former Tennessee, Glendale High defensive end Kellen Lindstrom reportedly commits to Missouri State. Lindstrom was a 4-star recruit during his time with the Falcons. By Ryan Collingwood. The article starts with a photo of former Glendale star Kellen Lindstrom, who spent 2 seasons at Tennessee, playing a game for Tennessee in the orange and white colors. This photo is provided by Tennessee Athletics. Kellen Lindstrom is returning to Springfield. After spending his redshirt freshman seasons at Tennessee, the former star Glendale High defensive end will transfer to Missouri State, according to recruit website 247 Sports. Lindstrom, 6'5", 245 pounds, was a 4-star recruit at Glendale and one of the country's top-rated class of 2024 edge rushers. He appeared in 5 games in his 2 seasons with the Volunteers and totaled 6 tackles. His sister, Glendale Jr. Peyton Lindstrom, has committed to play softball at Central Florida. Their father, Greg Lindstrom, and grandfather each played baseball at Mizzou. Recently hired Missouri State head coach Casey Woods' newly assembled staff has been receiving player commitments in droves during the January 2 to 16th transfer portal window, looking to fill holes from Missouri State roster that helped the Bears reach the Xbox Bowl in the first years as football bowl subdivision member. Lindstrom will likely be an immediate contender for a starting job at Missouri State following the graduation of a defensive end, Davin Townley, who started his career at Penn State. DJ Wessellock, formerly at Mizzou and Oregon State, started at the opposite edge of Townley last season before entering the transfer portal. Several Springfield area products have announced their intentions to return to MSU under the new coaching staff, including Lindstrom's high school teammate, Cooper Roy, one of the Bears' primary linebackers last season. Glendale class of 2023 graduate Cole Feuerbacher has been a reserve quarterback at MSU the past 3 seasons, but doesn't appear to have announced a return or departure on his X account, like most of his 2025 teammates with remaining eligibility. Lindstrom also fielded recent recruiting interests in the portal from Utah, Penn State, and Northwestern, according to 247 Sports, and was invited on recurring visits to Fresno State. You are able to follow Missouri State's football incoming and outgoing players on the Springfield Daily Citizen site with their link to their transfer portal tracker. All right, and that is the end of that article.
We're almost done.
30 minutes.
Okay. Next article is once again by, you probably guessed it, Springfield Daily Citizen. Piccolo reopens in full swing after months-long closure due to crash. Says it's by Ellie Frystack. Oh, and it says all the photos on this article are by Ellie Frystack. Let's see. A late June crash damaged much of the back part of
Piccolo,
Italian restaurant in Nixa, causing months of closure and a few more and more than a few headaches during the rebuilding process. The slow roll out to the full dining experience began with curbside pickup before the new year, and the dining room's grand reopening was on January 3rd. The Daily Citizen's multimedia journalist Ellie Frystack went inside the popular Italian restaurant on Thursday, January 8th, to capture the action with the restaurant back in full swing. First picture, prep cook Trampas Peck putting on his apron as the day begins for service around 9 a.m. Second photo is Regan Neal, a server at Piccolo, for as she's preparing for the diner service by supplying the tables with candles. Then there's a photo of like a menu or like a work sheet, not a worksheet, like a
schedule.
A schedule, the ones that you would see outside with the markers.
A schedule for reopening.
Yeah, a schedule for reopening, yeah. Next one is a list of food and dining preparation is found in the back behind the kitchen, where staff cross off the completed tasks as the day went on. Morning prep consists of preparing produce, meat, as well as ingredients in dishes such as meatballs and marinara sauce. And there's a picture of someone cutting up broccoli and putting it into a bowl. The next picture is bartender Ashlyn
Stoneberger.
I'm smiling widely as she's talking to the general manager, Dory Sharp, about their shared experiences in the dance world. The next picture are a bunch of order tickets in the line cook station. And before the new year, the restaurant slowly came back to the full dining experience, beginning with carry-out orders. The next picture is the line cooks at Piccolo, and there are these people. There's Eric Gasky, Cyrus Crespo, Dakota Luther, and Maxwell Stern, as they're working in a small but mighty space, running between the line and the prep room, walk-in cooler, and pantry just behind them. The next photo is Piccolo owner Steve Darpino carrying various dishes to diners. The next one is diners came back to a largely unchanged eating experience as the crash didn't damage any of the main dining rooms. And there's like a bunch of people at a bar and they're
Enjoying the food.
they're eating food, they're enjoying a cocktail. Yeah. The next photo, Mackenzie Strom, a server at Piccolo, shows off the various desserts available to diners. The section includes gluten-free and vegan options. And the last picture is Debbie Wright, who's a Nixa local, smiling and laughing while sitting with her friends at the end of their diner on Thursday, January 8th of 2026 in Nixa.
All right. It's nice to see Piccolo's has made a recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Next from the Springfield Daily Citizen, how Antoine Burnett went from SEC football recruit to missing piece for Missouri State basketball. Burnett was recruited to play football at Alabama and Georgia. He picked basketball instead and is playing an integral role for the surging Bears. This article starts with a photo of Missouri State's Antoine Burnett squaring up to take a shot at Great Southern Banks Arena in Springfield on January 10, 2026. He stands as center focus of the photo, focused on shooting his goal, and a referee standing right behind him. There are times when Antoine Burnett watches college football, particularly during the playoffs, and wonders what life would be like if he had made the decision to stick with the sport. Not that Burnett is sorry that basketball became his sport of choice, particularly now that he's found a home as senior transfer and key contributor for Missouri State in the school's inaugural ride through Conference USA. It's very vibrant, Burnett said, of the atmosphere around Missouri State and the Springfield community. But I'm glad to be here. Burnett missed all but one game during the Bears' non-conference portion of the schedule due to a hamstring injury. He's averaging 6.5 points while giving the team an added physical presence and maturity in 4-1 league start. He made his first start on January 11th against Florida International. Basketball wasn't always the 6'5", 220-pound Burnett's top sport. He played both at Sidney Lanier High in Montgomery, Alabama, and was a 4-star recruit as a football receiver, fielding offers from several Southeastern Conference schools, including Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. I always thought if I had pursued football seriously that I would go to Georgia, Burnett said before the Bears departed for the opener of a 4-game CUSA road trip January 14th at Western Kentucky. Georgia was like my second offer. I loved Georgia, and that was the school I was leaning toward in football. There's another photo of Missouri State's Antoine Burnett hustling across the court at Great Southern Banks Arena in Springfield on January 10th, 2026. Photo provided by Bruce Stidham. Saying he thinks about football all the time as the playoffs continue, Burnett said he decided to focus on basketball after a football injury his junior year in high school. Just the drills and being on the field, catching passes, all that stuff's really fun, Burnett said of football. He said he hasn't considered if he might seek an NFL pro day to work out for scouts in the spring. There have been other case studies of college basketball players, similar in size to Burnett, who went on to NFL careers as tight ends. Antonio Gates played 16 seasons in the NFL and was an 8-time Pro Bowler after college basketball career at Kent State. Bradley Marcus Pollard followed a similar route to the NFL without playing college football. Burnett's focus over the next couple of months is on helping the basketball Bears make a run in their new league. Burnett came to Missouri State after starting 47 of 54 games in 2 seasons at Grambling State, averaging 10.1 points and 5.6 rebounds. He played at Troy as a freshman before detouring to Shelton State Community College for one season where he did not play either sport. I put my name in the transfer portal and I thought it was a good situation for me, Burnett said of joining Missouri State. Coach Gunzo Martin was a good coach and I wanted to play for him. He's a great teacher, understanding that's more than just about basketball. He teaches you about life. I love playing for him. Martin and Burnett's teammates have loved having him around. There is another shot provided by Bruce Stedham of Antoine Burnett, as he is looking for a teammate to pass to at the Great Southern Bank Arena in Springfield on January 10th, 2026. He is like the missing piece of what we've been needing, freshman guard Trey Williams says after Burnett scored 11 in January 2nd's victory over UTEP. We probably need another player who plays with good toughness, who is going to get rebounds, is going to get on the ground, and is going to guard. It felt like we were missing that the first part of the season, and we found that with him. Martin said Burnett, who turns 25 on January 15th, brings grit and toughness that is vital to any success Missouri State will have in league play.
Wait, January 15th today?
That's true. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Antoine Burnett.
Continue.
That is vital to any success Missouri State will have in league play. And there's a lot of untapped upsides as Burnett continues to shake off the rust from the hamstring injury and gets in even better physical condition. Offensively, Burnett is another perimeter option with 7 3-pointers made in just 13 attempts. He has a great feel for the game, Martin said. He can switch on guards, and he can guard a bigger guy. He's unselfish, meaning he wants to do whatever it takes to win. Burnett said he doesn't consider himself a guard or forward, just a basketball player who's willing to help any way he can. Really, just whatever the team needs at the moment. I'm here for it, Burnett said. I try to bring toughness and energy. All right. And here you go, Madison.
Thank you. So we got a birthday today. Here's another event to celebrate as in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Oh, we gotta read the title.
Here's how to mark MLK Day in Springfield from a march to R&B trivia. Anyway, and Martin Luther King Jr. Day will be is January 19th. Several organizations are holding events across Springfield to celebrate and connect with the community. And here's all you need to know how to recognize the holiday locally. Hang on. First off, this article is by Marta Mias. She's a Springfield News-Leader. All right. Here's the article. Annual NAACP MLK March. As in years past, the local chapter of the NAACP will host a march in Center City to honor and celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy and uplift the local community. The march will begin at the Bright Speed Ice Park at 635 East Traffic Way Street at 8:30 a.m. and will conclude at the Gilloy's Theater. There will be complimentary donuts and coffee. Those will be provided. And gathering at the ice park will begin starting at 7 a.m. An annual program at the Gilloy's will follow immediately after the march at 9:45 a.m. The theme this year is Rising Together. The event will also collect donations of hats, gloves, socks, and hot hands for local cold weather shelters. There's a picture of a crowd, like a protest of some sort.
It is a march for the MLK.
Yes. More than 100 people participated in the annual Martin Luther King Jr. Day March through downtown Springfield on Monday, January 20th of 2025. And this photo was taken by Nathan Papes, who's also a Springfield News-Leader. The article goes on to say, free movie screening at Moxie Cinema. The Moxie Cinema is hosting a free community screening of Harriet, a 2019 biological film that follows the life of Harriet Tubman from her escape from slavery to her role in the Underground Railroad. The event is presented by Springfield Sigma Nu Lambda, Sigma Nu
Sigma Nu Lambda
chapter of Alpha Pi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated and the local NAACP chapter. The showing will be shown at noon Saturday, January 17th at the Moxie Cinema at 305 South Campbell Avenue, Suite 101. While admission is free, those interested are asked to RSVP using Moxie's booking site. Springfield Multicultural Festival. To uplift and celebrate Springfield's diversity and culture, the Springfield Multicultural Festival will highlight local performers and create a welcoming space for the 29th year of the festival. The festival will take place at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center at 2546 North Glenstone Avenue from noon to 4 p.m. Admission is $5, with children 12 and younger are admitted for free. This event will include a performance stage showcasing artists and cultural groups representing a wide range of global traditions through music, dance, and live performances. A community resource expo will also feature more than 40 participants offering information on employment, healthcare, educational services, small businesses, and local craft makers. The festival will also feature a wellness village, which is a dedicated space focused on health, wellness, and preventative care resources. More information can be found at this link, www.springfieldfestival.com. R&B trivia. To close out the celebration, Mama G's Kitchen, in partnership with Sigma Nu Lambda chapter of Alpha Pi Alpha
Fraternity
Incorporated, will host an R&B trivia night to test locals' knowledge of 2000s rhythm and blue hits. The event will take place at Mama G's Kitchen downtown at 210 South Market,
at 6 p.m.
At 210 South Market Suite
124.
124, starting at 6 p.m. This event will feature multiple rounds of trivia and finish the lyrics challenges.
All right. Speaking of the Springfield Multicultural Festival, Springfield News-Leader, Springfield's Multicultural Festival will feature culture, food, and music. This article is written by Janice Reeser. The Springfield Multicultural Festival is planned for January 19th. The event is scheduled for noon to 4 p.m. at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center, 2546 North Glenstone Avenue. According to a community announcement, general admission costs $5 with free entry for children 12 and younger.
This sounds familiar.
Now, in its 29th year, the festival is described as a non-political celebration of community. Organizers said the announcements that the event aims to bring people together through shared experiences of culture, creativity, and connection. Attendees can expect a variety of performances and activities that showcase traditions from around the world. There is a photo that is of at least 12 people as they stand in front of the MLK exhibit set at the Multicultural Festival last year. Over the years, the festival has grown significantly, becoming one of the most anticipated annual events in the region, according to the announcement. It is supported by the Visit Springfield, the local Convention and Visitors Bureau, and has gained recognition as a prominent destination event in the Ozarks. The Springfield Multicultural Festival is about connection, organizers said in the announcement. It's about celebrating who we are as a community while creating space for people to learn from one another, enjoy global traditions, and access meaningful local resources. Key features of the Springfield Multicultural Festival. The festival will feature two main components. International Performance Stage. This stage will showcase artists and cultural groups representing a wide range of global traditions through music, dance, and live performance. And the Community Room Resource Expo. More than 40 exhibitors will offer information on employment opportunities, healthcare access, financial and educational services, small business, and area craft makers. In addition to these main attractions, attendees can enjoy free food sampling from participating vendors, offering a taste of global cuisines. The festival will also include a wellness village, a dedicated area focused on health, wellness, and preventative care. This area will feature local organizations and providers sharing resources and educational information. There will activities for all ages. This festival is designed to be family-friendly, with activities and performances that appeal to both children and adults. All right, ready?
Yeah. I think we only got time for one more.
Depends on the article. We got 10 minutes.
Okay. Springfield Daily Citizen. How lucky to see you again. Aspiring young business owners sell handmade goods at a local market. And this article is by Joe Hadsall. There's a picture of two girls, Gemma Richards on the right, answering questions about her hand-painted bookmarks Saturday during a recent kids market. And she was assisted by
Sonia
Livesay, who's on the left, who had sold out of her homemade cookies. This photo is also by George Hadsall. Joe. I said Joe. Gemma Richards, 7 years old, has plenty of patience, and the things she makes proves it. Making bookmarks requires at least 2 different sessions. The first is where she paints watercolor backgrounds and lets them dry so she can add gold borders and other details during a second session. The friendship bracelets take more time. Harvested from grass at her grandma's property, she dries out each stem, then dyes them before forming them into shapes to make the encircle the wrist. Mm-hmm. Richards prepared all her product for sale by herself, but in a few months, however, she's excited about getting help from someone else. Richard says, next time we do this, my little sister will be involved, and we're going to share a booth. She's turning 5 next month. Richards was one of more than 20 children across 15 booths selling their creations on January 10th at the HBA Home and Outdoor Living Show held last weekend at Ozarks Empire Fairgrounds. The event for young vendors was organized by a local chapter of Children's Entrepreneur Market. Cassie Cochran, a market manager for Saturday's session, said the group hosted 8 events last year and is hoping to double up those opportunities this year. There's a picture of a little boy, Titus Gilmore. He's 11. He's showing his details. A Saturday of a coat rack he made with harvested wood and iron hooks he forged. This photo is once again by Joe Hadsall. The sessions are intended to offer kids a market for running their own small businesses and selling their creations. The kids are intended to do most of the work, from creating the products beforehand to selling them to customers. What's her name again? Cochran said, our hope is that they are doing pretty much all of it. They are likely not just setting up their own canopies, but if they are taking Venmo for payment, that's through their parents. But we have had 5-year-olds who come and sell crafts that they've made, and they've done all the work. Each vendor paid a $25 entry fee for the booth, but that comes with a business building curriculum that teaches and reinforces lessons about running a business.
Cochran
Said the lessons cover topics such as building inventory, setting a fair price, and analyzing market demographics. She also went on to say the lessons are going well in the Springfield area. A lot of kids here are
very entrepreneurial.
And they have seen their parents build a business, or at least helped their parents. A lot of these kids have been to similar events with their parents too, but have not had the chance to be the leader, so this is for them. That was for the case of Sonia Livesay, 9 years old, of Springfield. Business went well for her on Saturday. She sold out her special monster cookies as well as standard chocolate chip ones. Livesay said, I don't know how many times she has done it. Saturday was the first time she had to run her own booth, and she has seen her mom work in many similar events. To which Livesay said, I don't know how many times she has done it, but my mom sells weavings like fiber art, and it's been pretty successful. I kind of want to follow in her footsteps. And there's a picture of Amelia Gilmore answering customer questions Saturday about her handcrafted beeswax wraps. Photo by Joe Hansel. Siblings Titus and Amelia Gilmore traveled from Odin, Arkansas, a small town much closer to Little Rock than Springfield, to offer their creations. Titus, 11 years old, and an aspiring blacksmith, sold a number of metal wares, including coat racks made from planks of blueberry pine he harvested and cut from a tree fallen by a storm. And the hooks were made of iron he shaped by himself. He has no fear of fire. It comes with the territory when learning how to be a blacksmith. Crafting metal into functional art is too enjoyable not to risk it, he said. Gilmore said, I like playing with the metal. I've accidentally burnt myself quite a few times. Amelia, 10 years old, focused on her efforts on beeswax wraps. The special clothes are infused with wax that makes them capable of sealing and resealing food for years, then makes great tinder for a bonfire. It's rolled on, stuck in the oven, so it stays there, she said of the wax. After the 6th year, it's going to be super thin and worn out, so you can just light it on fire.
All right. From the Springfield News-Leader, Kelly Richardson selected to lead Drury volleyball program. This is written by the Drury Athletics Communications Department. Drury University has selected Kelly Richardson as its new volleyball head coach. Vice President and Director of Athletics, Nyla Mileson, announced Monday, January 12th. An established pillar of the volleyball community in Southwest Missouri, Richardson brings a wealth of experience building and directing successful programs at nearly every level of competition to the Drury campus. She possesses more than a decade of college head coaching experience at the NCAA Division I and II levels, as well as administrative expertise in leading the largest elite club in Southwest Missouri. There's a photo of Kelly Richardson coaching her team, provided by Western Illinois University Athletics. We're pleased to welcome Kelly and her family to Drury, Malson commented. She has been an integral part of our volleyball community in this region and has played a significant role in the development of countless student athletes. She's also shown the ability to lead and develop successful programs at all levels, and we feel she holds the ability necessary to take Drury volleyball to the next level. Richardson became the 10th head coach in Drury volleyball history, succeeding Jennifer Bonner Hill, who completed a 12-year tenure as the Panthers coach at the conclusion of the 2025 season. I would like to thank Athletic Director Nyla Mileson, the Drury administrator, and the entire search committee for the opportunity to lead the Drury volleyball program, Richardson said. I look forward to working with our student athletes as we continue to build on Drury's strong volleyball foundation. Team culture and consistency will be at the forefront of our program focus as we compete in the highly competitive and nationally recognized conference. My family and I have felt very welcomed, and I cannot wait to get started. Go Panthers! Most recently, Richardson has led 417 Junior Volleyball Club, serving as a club director and elite coach for the Springfield-based organization since 2018. Concurrently, she has served as sports management program coordinator for her alma mater, Evangel University. Richardson returned to the Ozarks following a 3-year stint as head coach at Division I Western Illinois from 2015 to 2018. In Macomb, she mentored a Leathernecks program that had not returned in a winning overall record since 2005, leading WIU to improve win totals each season. Prior to taking the reins in Macomb, Richardson spent 1 season as assistant coach and recruiting coordinator for the University of Texas at Arlington, helping the Mavericks to a 25-9 overall record, including a 14-9 mark in Sun Belt Conference play. UTA posted its best overall records in 2 decades, produced 2 All-SBC selections, including AVCA Honorable Mention All-American honoree. Before ascending to the Division I coaching ranks, Richardson helped build another successful program as head coach of neighboring Southwest Baptist from 2007 through 2013. She gradually developed the Bearcats into a winning program, with her final SBU club matching the program records for wins in a season with 17, while posting its first winning season since 1987. Richardson completed her bachelor's degree from Evangel before earning a master's degree in athletic administration and activity from SBU. She and her husband, Rob, have 2 children, a son, Rylan, and a daughter, Hartley. All right.
Well, those were interesting, to say the least. Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. Tune in every week, Monday through Friday, on the Blind Community Thrift Store's YouTube channel at 10 a.m.
Time is 12 p.m.
We got it. At 10 a.m. for more up-to-date news from the Springfield News-Leader, Springfield Daily Citizen, Springfield Business Journal, and 417 Magazine. Listen after we are live on the Audio Reader Network at www.reader.ku.edu. All our broadcasts are played over KSMU's subcarrier airwaves at 67 kilohertz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for more information on receiving a pre-programmed radio. I'm Madison Gilbert.
And I'm Savannah Duda.
And we hope to see you guys again soon.